moving down or up in the 930 open. You cannot have an edge there. Okay? That's just what I wanted to like suggest to some.
Yeah, it's nice to say, but normally I would say if anybody took an entry before open or within the first 50 minutes, that they actually are not following their plan that they should follow. So I only gave them 2 entry models, and none of them is trading the opening candle, but it's a nice way to suggest. So if anybody did enter and he took an entry through opening, or he did not had the patience to stay where they are at the point and stay off the mouse buttons, write down why, because you saw some small movement in a candle, or do write and journal it. By the way, for everybody, we're actually a week further. I want to see all of your journals again, so I want you all to send me your journal again so that I can actually see how much you have grown and how far you actually have succeeded in following the plan that you actually wrote me the first week. So I want to follow this up together with Nisha so that we actually can see you grow. If you're not growing, I want to see why, because actually if you trade the orb, you actually should have had at least 2 to 3 very great trades, because orb has presented itself 3 times, I believe, at least this week alone, and it made at least 4 Rs. So you should be in profit this month. If not, I want to see why. If you're trading the ILM model on the 1 minute, yeah, that I can imagine you're not in profit at this point, because I took 2 not profitable trades on it, or 3 not profitable trades on it, and I'm on I believe 1 R this month, so I'm actually very far behind what I actually trade, but it's okay. I can handle it, and I can still be getting my 10 to 15 R by the end of the month, so I have patience. I'm sure the model will present itself when it does, but I want to see all of your journals, making sure that you actually held to your plan that you sent me, and that you're still having patience and doing the work, because otherwise it's not possible for us actually to help you succeed and make sure that we get where we want to get.
Man, you guys are so fortunate. Like, there was none, and I repeat, none in the trading industry that would say those words to me when I was struggling. I would love to send someone a journal when I was struggling. I would just love it. Like, come on, dude, tell me, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? Like, let's make a session, whatever. Like, there was none. You guys are extremely fortunate to have someone like John. And on top of it all, I wrote it in the section I think in the launch or somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah, I see.
I wrote it on top of it all. You guys are getting it for free.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you guys should really, really use that opportunity. Yeah. All right? So that's friendly advice.
That's a very nice and confident advice. I actually agree. The normal charge for something like this would be above $10,000.
I mean, it would cost money. That's like, let's just put it that way. It would cost money, and yeah. And on top of it all, people would need to find you. There is a lot of fake people in that industry, so yeah, you know, a lot of people would probably lose a lot of money before finding you, right?
That's why I'm still trading on live on YouTube every day too, so that actually we can actually let the people see that there still are good people in trading, that there's still a possibility to find the right people. So they need to fit with you too. So I only let them trade max 2 models. Actually, I want only to trade them 1. The reason why is if they cannot get 1 model fully integrated in their trading, they won't make it as a trader. They need to be patient. They need to have do differently than the 95%. They don't need to do the same as the other 5. They just need to do something different than the 95%. And if they can hold on to that part, they will actually succeed in this game very fast, much faster than the average person, but they are responsible for their own actions still, and they need to have an accountability person, so somebody that shows them, of course, not always be as I'm always going to be friendly, but I'm going to be very strict. So if you don't do the work, I'm going to call you out and say ask you why you didn't do the work. Are you lazy? Don't you want it? Or is it something else? I actually will call you out. I need to know why something happened. Okay, there can be something with the family that you had to do. I fully understand. I have a family myself. But if it's nothing to do with anything of an emergency, I really want to know why. Because then I believe you maybe not want this as much as you think you want it.
Just amazing, man. Amazing. I'm like speechless. Honestly, I'm completely speechless, and kudos, and nothing else I can say. It's like, really. Like, come on, you are checking everyone's journal for free? I mean, yes. Who would do that, right? So,
somebody doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, kudos, man, kudos.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And just, if people can't find consistency in trading and in journaling and just, people first have to find consistency in their life to find consistency in trading. What I mean by that is a lot of people struggle to go to the gym and say, yeah, I don't want to do it, I will do it tomorrow. Once you start that, it's over. Gym, yeah, it has nothing to do with trading, and it has everything to do with trading. So I don't like to go to the gym, but I go there every day. Every single day I go there, and I am there an hour and a half. Do I love to do it? No. No. But that's the thing that keeps me on my feet when I trade. That's the thing that keeps my impulses on control. So yeah.
So what he actually meant by that is consistency in trading is everything. So what you actually need to do to have an edge over it is just show up every day. So anybody that was in the morning session with me on the Q&A, I've shown you the ILM version that I have actually in change in direction on the 15 minutes. This actually gives you only one trade every 2 to 3 days. So you will have to be there every day, but you can only trade once every 3 days. So that's actually a patient game. And if you're not up for that patient yet, ORP is one strategy that you can take every day. It's a bit less profitable as the other one, but the other one you need patience. So once you got that, being here every day, showing up, doing the work, showing that you actually want something more than something else, you will have to let something go too, because being here every day means that you have to give up maybe an hour of TV or give up something with family for a while because you need to be here. But if you do the work, you will definitely get to that point where you actually succeed and get what you want.
Hey, take a look.
Okay. Here we have a long sweep. Yep.
Yeah. So that was a sweep. So the market did not decide to move lower, so it actually shown us that it still has strength in it. So there's a big possibility in the next 4 to 5 minutes that we actually hit that target. So that's an extra, how many points would it be? 50 points? Would that be possible? How much would that be? Yeah, 120 points range of ORP actually has done multiple times, so let's see what it brings. Let's not predict anything yet.
So if we create this 1 minute fair value gap and we later on invert it, I am entering shorts.
That's actually the same. Yep. So if you want to see this inverted completely, this candle.
Let me see, because I have my terminal. I actually want to see the 1 minute gap completely inverted with the second one below as well. So I want to see both of them inverted.
So you want to see this actually.
Closure below, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
so how do I do it? I actually wait until the 1 minute changes delivery, and I be patient for that 1 minute for value gap created out of it, and then I see that tap.
Okay. Okay.
So it's almost the same entry model that we have. So,
Yeah.
well, if you're trading,
I'll,
if you trade orb, keep you to your own strategy. Keep orb. I don't want you to see you swing from one to another. It's not necessary. I want you to keep you to one kind of strategy over and over again until we get there. I want you to be consistent in one strategy at this point. It's no need to take another one yet. Orb, if it breaks to the downside, you can take it also. We can actually still move it all the way to here. So there is still very big chance that it goes lower as well as it goes higher. So be patient on your model. So this is actually the move that you wanted to see. So you enter it when it actually closes down here.
let me see. Yep,
So
that's correct.
Okay.
If it closes below the second gap in that leg up, I will enter short.
Okay. So for me, this is now a 1 minute inversion. Now I want to see actually that retracement when it closes.
All right, I'm in short.
So I want to see actually this get hit one more time, so what for value gap makes it out of it, and then I would actually take that short. So I have more patience at this point. So this is actually a nice entry model too. Very clear when to enter it. So I have not tested this, so I do not take it. So Euros took a short at this point. He's here because he's also a trader that knows what he does, and he wants to actually help you all succeed. So he took right this now. I have no idea where you would take it to.
Basically to the, well, potentially my final TP would be like 23,455. That would be my final TP. But
Whew, that's a big one. So
yeah, it's sorry.
Once we hit that for value gap right here, I'm in short. That would be my model.
All right, awesome. So we are all short.
So we do need to have that tap here, and the stops would be at the high.
Let me see. I apologize. I had my terminal open. All right, I see. Yeah.
So
okay.
Once we hit that for value gap.
All right. Let's see now.
Did it hit
So,
on NQ? On NQ it did not hit. Kijk, Saxie? Op 1 minuut?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm watching NQ here, so instead of MNQ.
It's okay.
So I did not have an entry, so I'm not in anything yet.
So once we sweep the orb low, right now actually, yep, just close to it. It came really close. I am placing my stop to break even.
Okay.
Alright. So orb range low, you guys know what it is. Once we sweep it, I am going break even there. Actually, on my CFD chart, it did sweep it. Because I'm trading on the MT5 here. So yeah, that's the magic. All right, here it goes. Okay, so my stop is at break even if anyone is in. I would like to see continuation now to the downside. If it wants to go. If not, it will take me out, and that's fine.
So that would be a break-even trade. Still okay?
That would be a break-even risk-free trade, a winning day.
So anybody trades orb, we have a nice range actually. So we have a very clear small 66-point range. So the only thing is we do have still a fair value gap that's untapped here. So if you trade the orb and you take it at 50%, be cautious that we still could have this one come back up here. So we got about 4 more minutes until this closes. Let's see.
I'm in profits 1 hour if anyone entered with me, so do not hesitate to take profits. Okay. So yeah, I am like John. I am also not here to spoon feed anyone. So if anyone entered, don't hesitate to take profits. Profits never hurted anyone. Okay.
So if you're an orb trader, you should not be in any trades at this point. So I am in nothing because I did not get my entry. I'm still patiently. If I do have that retest in a minute and it comes back up here, then I will take that short. I will need to be patient until I get my entry model. No entry model, no trade for me. And it actually happens a lot that we get this entry model immediately. But if it does not give me it, I cannot do anything, of course.
In the meantime, let me journal it. So, since I'm here, just waiting. So, my entry was 943.
So we got about 1 more minute and see if we get that close on the orb. If this body closes below here, that looks like a sweep of some liquidity. No, that looks okay. So we could take this all the way down here. Just be patient.
Je bent niet op YouTube, hè? Ik zeg het maar.
Can you see me? GM? Well, we do this.
Waarom weet dat niet?
Should be able to.
Ja, normaal staat hier live.
Oh, strange. Yeah, so they can see me. So refresh the page machine.
I am out at break even.
Okay. So that was B. So this is actually my entry model. So here actually I take that short.
All right. I will not re-enter at this moment.
That's okay.
So
Ja, je hebt toch getraind, ik zie het.
So this is actually the model that I've been testing at. So we swept highs, we came back, and now actually in that moment I want to see that movement. I always have patience for that retest.
that's awesome. I just like tested it on my own, and that's all.
Yeah, it's okay.
I
No. So if you have your own model and you have a perfectly entry, how to enter it, and you take it every time the same, that's just how a trader becomes a trader. You do not need to follow another one's model. You have to be able to implement one model constantly over and over again until you become profitable. Does it take some time? Oh, it always takes time, but this is how you actually become profitable. In the 15 minutes, this next 8 minutes do need to go back down. If they do not, they will probably go further up. Then it just needed to sweep this small part of liquidity. Came into a fair value gap, a very small one actually. But we will see in about a few minutes what happens. So I did take that short now. So that was my entry model, like I said. Stop is at the high still, so this is my stop. If you're an orb trader, still be patient. I will show you how to enter and where to enter. We did not close anything, we're still in that orb range at this point, so there's no point of doing something different that you're actually now doing, so that would be TP1 for me.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
So basically, let me just summarize. You wait for a sweep of a time-based liquidity, so let's say London high, Asia high, London low, Asia low, and you wait for a 1 minute fair value gap to enter from it. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I need an inverted, so this was actually the move up. We had a clean move down, so we had actually a change in state in the 1 minute, and then I have patience until that 1 minute get tapped again, and then I continue to move lower. If not, we probably get stopped in about 3 minutes or something like that. This got only like a 40% win rate. The only thing positive about this is you get a huge amount of Rs, because actually most of the time your fair value gap is something like this big. So actually, while we are already down here, I actually would have made around 3R already. So, but it looks like it will take.
That's interesting model, I have to say. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
the second one I do in this kind of movement is actually on a 15 minute. This is actually very accurate, but you don't have many entries. So the same. If we have that sweep, and the 15 minute has a change in state. So if this 15 minute would close all the way down here, that means that we actually had a change in state because we took out the previous move up completely. Then we go to a 5 minutes and wait for a 5 minute fair value gap. We can enter it and take it to the next session low. So then actually this one goes all the way back to here, where your TP actually was also full TP.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you actually you would get around a 2.5 R maximum out of it, but that's the other one that I actually use. It's more accurate. It goes about an 75 to 80% accurate rate, so it's very precise. The only thing is you only can trade once every 2 to 3 days, so you need to be sitting after the screen a lot without doing a lot.
Yeah, which is fine.
It's perfectly fine. The thing is, it's not easy for new people to sit here and do nothing. Oh, by the way, everybody that's in the group, soon we will have a nice challenge. So next week the challenge will be here sitting a week with me and seeing all trades come without taking a trade on MQ. So I want you all then to tell me which trades went in, so that you have the chance to show me a bit of knowledge that you already have. So I'll let anybody that wants to come onto stage, he can. I want to see if you can see the entry without taking it, and that you actually understand the model that you're trading. So the reason why I'm doing this, so that you actually have confidence in, first of all, what you do. Second of all is actually to make sure that you actually can do it without hesitation, and also sit here without doing anything. So I will see your journal afterwards, so I can also see your propfirm journal. So that's a week I want you to do nothing, and I want to see no trades in that week. That means doing nothing and sitting here and still showing up. So it will give you an edge on being patient, and that's very much needed in trading. We always need to be patient until the model presents. Same for me. I could done it twice, so this will stop me probably. Yeah, that will go to the high. That was my stop, by the way. So I'll journal this first. So the reason why I'm actually doing this for all of you is actually because this will help you get the front of the curve much faster than most of traders will. Because sitting here and doing nothing or being patient is also doing something. People sometimes want to do more, but by doing more you actually give more to the market too. So this was sweep of London, by the way, 1 minute change.
Less is more in trading.
Yeah, sweep of London, 1 minute change of state. Like this. Add patient on retest. Market. Market want to go higher. Dat was man is mine. Dat was die, sectie de ingevuld het?
Heb het zelf al getekend.
Ja, dat was one. Dat was. So if you're not trader, two more minutes. So probably we'll hit to that 4 hour up there, like I expected us actually at the start to do. The reason why I actually expect us to go higher is if we watch the charts in 15 minutes, we actually constantly do the same. So we actually move up, we have a retracement back to the fair value gaps, continuation. We came back into the fair value gap, continuation, swept the high. Again, swept the high. Now again we took back low, we swept the high. Again we have that movement, we swept some internal liquidity of itself and then continue to move. So orb presenting in 1 minute from here. But still 100 points from where we are at, so it's still a nice decent trade to the upside.
You can easily net 1 hour, at least.
Yeah. The only thing is, we have a lot of our value gaps inside. And I personally don't like those inside. So we have 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We do have some news at 4. So that's about a minute from now. Yeah. Nothing special. It's orange, but it still can do a little bit in the market. So 30 seconds. We do need that close above. No close, no trade. So be patient. So same for me, I'm not allowed to do anything except of my ILM. I said to my students they were only allowed to do one kind of model. So I will do the same for the next 12 weeks after that. So this is our breach. I would take this, definitely, looks very beautiful. I would stop at that high and then continue at least halfway that orb, that's 1.6. So our traders, you should be in, taking along. Entry should be right here at 23,654. Oh, 23,654. I would put the best stop is actually fully down. I would put them actually at this last swing of the 5 minute.
I am also in from the closure. My stop is at 50% and I'm targeting straight 1 hour.
So your target is here, so that would be just before that 4 hour. Yeah, I believe we will probably go all halfway to that 4 hours. So the only thing is, if you are in an order trade, so the only thing I don't like about this order trade is that we have a lot of fair value gaps inside. So we know what fair value gaps do. So to be 100% secure, actually your stop should be at that week's low. even under the orb. The reason why is we still have a 2 minutes for value gap right here, and that for value gap actually shows us that there still is a possibility that we can go tap this. If the market decides to continue sideways in the next 20-25 minutes, I would keep your hands off of it. But I'm not sure if 77 points, that's 140, so this would be actually the perfect stop, right, this one, because that was actually the last liquidity sweep also after the continuation of breaking the high, so we should never come back here, so this should be actually fully protected. Protected stop. The reason why is if we do breach this one more time, we will fall. If we do not and we continue higher, the first thing that we will do is actually go to that 4 hour here, just above. There's nothing else in the 1 hour, nothing. So there was no for value gap in the 1 hour, so the only thing that we can do is actually breach, hit this high to see a change in movement again. So everything shows that we actually will continue higher. Same for here, we came down. Ooh, this one I didn't see yet, so look. We tapped the 1 hour for value gap, that was still a little bit open, not much. Look how close that was. So we swept the liquidity here. And then it shows us strength. And it closed above the previous high. So this actually indicates that the market still is ready to go higher. Nothing else in these candles sells me anything except we want to go higher. Same for the 4 hour. So now give it a bit of patience and see what happens. We probably will be here for the next 25-30 minutes before we have a decent move up. So that stop is still actually under the order range itself, or if you have not enough room to do it, that would be the second stop that I would put, because this would be otherwise 23,606. If you have the margin to take this and this just 1 hour, I would put it here. Just because of this FEG inside. I've seen it too many times before that inside the orb range we actually come hit this and then continue to move further. So but if the margin does not give it, if you do not have enough room for 1 hour to do this, I would take it to 23,000, just below that swing before we continue higher. In the next 15 seconds I do want to see us come back up. This 5 minute actually then showing us that it's just closed the wick to wick and then wants to continue a bit more. And now you only can do is be patient, sit here a bit by the side, so it will take at least 25-30 minutes until we do this. This is TP1 for me. 23,702. Oh, 23,702. Halfway that 4 hour for value gap. That would be and this would be full. The top of that one, that would be full TP. So always take profits like you feel too, that is still doable. So that would be 1 hour. If you put your stop at that 23,606, so the start of this value gap would actually be 1 hour. If we can add to that straight, I will show you how to add it. So this would actually be already, no, we did not create one. If this was a small for value gap here of a 5, that would have been awesome. If we breach that one again. So if you have felt any emotions while this candle in the 15-minute actually came back down and you did nothing, congratulate yourself that you actually held to it, that you were calm, relaxing. If you were not relaxed, ask yourself the question why. What did your mind tell you and what actually happened? Actually nothing happened, we just went a bit lower and back up. But what actually was your thought process? Write it down in your journal with this trade so that you actually can revisit that journal for yourself too. So I also can see a bit of your thought processes where you have grown in and where you actually don't grow yet in, so that I can push you to the direction that you actually need to be pushed to, on a friendly way of course.
Amazing.
So like I said, if you have room enough to put your stop at this low, I would definitely put it here, just because of the movement. So that would be 23,570. But you cannot go over 1 hour of course with this. If you do go above 1 hour, you should not be putting your stop here. So that would be 50% of the range.
Okay, it's funny how CFD hasn't took me out. I'm still in actually.
Okay, nice.
So I can see on the futures there is a sweep of the 50, but not on CFD.
What is CFD, if I may ask?
You know, it's synthetics like US 100 instead of NQ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I know on I've seen it too many times on Nasdaq that the 50% actually does not work always. So that's why I actually change it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people use just the 50%, but I am actually not. I'm not happy with the 50%. I've seen it too many times come back up. So especially because we had actually a lot of for value gaps. We had 1, we had 2, we have 3 for value gaps, and they actually tend to get filled up sometimes. Especially if you have a very small range, because this is actually only what a 65-point range. So that's in New York session a rather small range. So if we have a 100-point plus range, we actually have more confidence in taking the orb than that it continues the way that we want to see it continue. That's very strange to say even, but it actually does. Once we have 110 to 120 point range here, we actually see it a small retest and then fly up and continue that high, the same movement.
Okay, I am out now.
Yeah, I believe most of the traders would have been out now too. So this was your first stop. I believe all. So if you put your stop here, lock your trade, that would be -1. I will leave it for the people that actually put the stop all the way down, because now it swept everything. So it took it to that last for value gap, it took out that swing low, but it's kept this one. By me talking too much, I actually missed my second entry on this one. So actually, we did sweep again, the same high. So for me, if I see the first time we get this sweep here, And it doesn't do it immediately on the 1 minute. We actually have a second chance. It swept this high again. We had a 1 minute inversion again. So right here, this was our 1 minute. We had a small for value gap, a very small one. So these are actually the ones I like, right here. And that would be again that short. And that would have been, I believe, a 3R, but I was so looking at all of yours. Actually, that was a 3.6, 3.4. And I'm still in the hour range then. So that was actually the same model that presented here. This was just a bigger range. It just came sweep it again, and then we actually had that continuation. So now I actually do want to see this market immediately bounce back up to the high. So we came down, we swept every liquidity again that we actually had possible to take out. So there's no reason for the market to hang around at this point anymore. We did had a 5 minute inversion, so we had a change in state on this last two candles. So keep it with a bit of salt. So we actually took out the low of the orb now. Actually everything we took out except the stop. So in time, when people watch this over and over again, you will actually learn why this is a protected stop. So the market should not come back here, because actually who put their stops here is actually these people. The market makes it himself, and they never take out themselves. There's one rule for them. They will salt everything at the highs again before they take out themselves. So they sweep the high again to move lower, to actually have enough liquidity to push the market at the direction they actually want. In the bigger time frame, we're still looking that the market can go higher. We took out the high, nothing happened. That was a very bullish 1 hour candle actually. We came in for value gap. The only thing that this 1 hour can do is actually come to here, and then it will sweep everything. So, but it looks like it still wants to go higher. We're only, what is 14 minutes in this hourly candle, so everything's still doable. 1 minute. Now in the next minute I do want to see this 15 minutes go back to 3/4 of the way. If this 15 minute closes all the way at the bottom of the orb, then I got pretty much sure that this will get stopped. But still, I'm not here to predict the market. I'm actually just here to show you that you can read these candles. But if we see 15 minutes like this stacked up after each other, so that the third one is again one back to the high and it closes there, we should keep our hands off these kind of markets, because it's building up liquidity. Look, we came to the high, we took the low. We came to the high, we took the low. We took the high, we nearly took that low. So we're now 1, 2, 3 candles of 15 minutes doing nothing else than just going up to down. So they're taking out every trader in this kind of game. So a lot of people have been taken out to the high, and a lot of people have been taken out after low. So you are not the only one if you trade this. We just need to be okay with it. If we took a trade today and we did not take a profit, that's okay. We come back tomorrow, clear-headed, perfectly fine, and do it again. This is how we become profitable over time. Just be patient and keep you to your model. So now, actually, what I want to see, we have created a 5 minute for fair value gap here. So I want to see actually immediately, once we push up higher, that this pushes through here and breaches that high. If it does not, and we do not do this in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we probably take out everything. If it takes out this low, we will go very much down. But when that happens, we have to be patient. Because even now it did not tap the fair value gap, so it didn't indicate anything that it wants to go lower yet. it would have more value if we first tapped it and then it pushed lower.
The S&P is holding strong, but I'm not entering. I'm done for the day. I did 2 trades, 1 break even, 1 half hour loss. Yeah, half hour. Yep. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I am done.
Perfectly. So, for anybody that asked, this was the orb trade. It's still open. So, it's not a big trade, but it's still open. And yes, that was the trade that I was expecting to go to. So let's see what this market does. We're now trading in that 5 minute for value gap. I want to see it immediately push out. No stopping here, no having hesitation. It needs to push out. So this is that value gap that we're in now. It needs to push immediately through. It cannot hold back, or it cannot in the next 2 minutes come back down. Yeah, if you have to take the stop all the way back here, you have to take it to full TP. There's no other way. So that's only a 1.2 R. I know, but that's if you trade New York session, it always has bigger stops, so there's no other way than doing this. So everything is marked out, so actually this is what you should. So that was entry point. If you did not take your stop to that low, all of us would have been stopped out already. So I probably will see a lot of journals where we got stopped out here, because the range was too big for some people's R collection, so that's okay. Come back tomorrow. We probably, it looks like it wants to take the low now. But still, at that 15 minute, we didn't have a change in delivery, so I still need this 15 minute to close here. And I'm gonna be patient and see if 5 minute get tapped into it. I can have 2 hour loss in a day, so I did take a trade this morning, so I can actually still do one more for today. So if I get a chance to see that ILM movement on a 15 minute, I'll enter it, and we will see how far we can take it then down. But at this point, this is orb still. I know people trade this. I am not trading orb, so I'll text it out. I do not trade orb for another, I believe 10 weeks. After that, I will start doing it everything again. I will do 2 entry models then after each other. I can handle it, but my emotions are not the same as most of people's yet. And I want to do the same as I ask my students, so I don't want them to do something and me not doing it. That would be the opposite way of teaching something. So that would be actually saying to my kid, you cannot have this and do it yourself. So that would be they would ask you, why are you doing it then? So I don't want that question. I want to show you that I have the same rules set that you guys have. And by the way, my cryptos is doing great. I want to have a poll with all of you. Do you actually want me to do what is the reason for not trading orb in the tech next week? Oh, because I asked my students, Ben, not to. I don't do any orb. Not London, not pre-orb, no nothing. So I am not allowed, because I said I would only trade the ILM model for the next 12 weeks. I let you all pick one model. I picked the same thing, so I did the same, and I picked one model. I cannot trade the ILM except of trading it live with you, so I'm only online with you guys. That's 4 hours a day, so that's more than enough. And I still want to test it more front testing, so I had to pick that model. In the next 12 weeks I will see how good it works, testing it live. And this way I can give you also value on how good that model works. Now on the other hand, I want to ask all of you, do you want me to go over crypto more once a week, yes or no? If you want me to do that, I'll love to give you some pointers on what I see in the market and how it does. So give me a comment if you want me to do a weekly stream on crypto, yes or no. I'll take some time out to give you some info about that one. I took one trade today, it's actually still going great. Oh, not on this computer. Okay, this one I can close.
My rule is I can take maximum 2 trades a day.
See?
That's it.
Perfect. So
It doesn't matter what happens. Even if I win on both of them, I'm done.
okay, I tell my students if they make profit in the day, I ask them not to trade again. So if they made profit on the London or this morning, what actually was a pretty decent trade, I ask them not to trade again, because I want to have them feel confident in a model. So if they have profit in the morning session, they actually had to choose a session too from me. So they or had to trade New York session or they had to trade London session. I was not allowing them to trade both. The reason why is if they have too much screen time, they will give back way too much to the market. It will make you less comfortable, and I believe you only trade NY session euros, correct?
Yes, that's correct. I trade basically just the New York Open. I usually look to get my day over by 10:30, so in about 7 minutes. I'm basically done, but usually I'm done by 10:30. That's it. I very rarely execute after 10:30 or after 11 New York local time. So that's how I trade.
See here the same again. So you have a person doing a model over and over again and doing it one time, and then actually do not do anything else except one model, trade it, and then continue doing the same thing over and over again. So it's not me telling you to do this. It's actually when you start learning how trading actually works, you will actually start doing this, and this is why you all are here, to learn. So please listen to what we have to say, so that we actually can help you grow yourself a lot faster than you would do if you have to do this by yourself. It actually will help you increase profits a lot faster, make sure that you make a lot more money without giving anything to the market at this point. So this looks like it will stop us out. If it does, that means the market actually has reversed, so that it will continue to fall further down. And that was actually that 1 minute that I wanted to take an entry on. I took this one first, and because of I was trading the orb for everybody, I did not see my own entry model when it came again. So this was actually that second one that I could have taken, and that would have been a very profitable trade. See, the ILM model works, but you have to be able to take multiple trades. So that was the stop fully. So anybody that took that protected stop, that means this one was out. It looks like the market did want to see some lower possibilities without even tapping that 4 hour.
Yep. Unfortunately, I was also too focused on the orb. I can see that there was a 3-minute inversion where basically I would enter at the closure of the inversion on the 3 minute after the sweep of the high. Yeah, exactly. That's where I would enter, but yeah, it's
this is also something that I'm teaching myself, so to keep eye on all the models. So if you took this trade, log it. It's just 1 hour, people, so it's okay. I want to take a look if we have a close now, because this means that 50 minutes. So this is that 50 minute that actually changed the state on delivery. If in this 15 minutes we get a 5 minute through value gap, what we actually have at this point, so we'll see what the market brings. That would be the entry model. the second one that I actually have. So this is the same, like you should do it, but then with the stop. Actually, I explained this this morning, so that would be then the trade.
There was actually closure below the orb range.
Yeah, there was a close.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but the first time the orb went to the upside, I do not allow them to take both sides. So it's not something you should teach yourself. If the market closes up and then we close down, we take that one again, and then this is how you get actually too many trades in one day without having confidence in what you're doing anymore. So I don't want to see them take abnormal trades. I actually want to see them trade
That's smart.
a continuation movement. So just be patient for tomorrow. The market was chopping around here. It took actually low side, buy side. So it took actually sell side and buy side liquidity. It took everything out. So it took all the liquidity that it could take out and then took the move. And without having any extra news on today. Okay, oh yeah, crypto would sound nice. Okay, thank you. I'll take a look when we can put this in, or what date that actually would fit the schedule that I can still manage. I see my wife looking at me again. Something. Yeah, she's trading with me, so she's sitting beside me every day. So I got a very supportive wife. She actually is the one that had faith in me before I even had faith in myself. So
Amazing.
okay, let's see if we get a tap. In about 1 minute we have that 5-minute close, and if we have a small retracement, this will be my second and last trade of the day that I can take, or last trade that I may take. So that would be stop right here.
It definitely looks like it wants that Asian lows, and absolutely that was from the beginning my plan. But yeah,
Same for
it's
me.
cool.
Yeah, it was the same for me. I wanted to see that tap and then see that movement lower. So you explained it. It's been recorded, so it will be on my channel soon too.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube too, so you're actually in it. So
Awesome.
if you have a channel yourself, let us know.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
so 50 seconds.
I don't do content and anything related, but yeah, I mean, whenever you invite me to stream with you, I would love to. If, of course, I can, I will, definitely.
So we always need to take a look at all our surroundings, of course. We just tapped also a 4 hour for value gap, just below it. The 1 hour still has 30 minutes in it. We now had that 50-minute change in state, so if we do get... Did we get a tap already? We got that tap. We moeten short innemen. So I will take this one last trade. So it was a bit later, so actually my entry was here instead of here. So stop would be for me at 23,624. Win or lose, this is my last trade I'll take today. And TP would be at least session low, and if we can actually the next session's low, we will see how far we get. So first TP would be actually London sessions low. So this is actually the same model that I can allow in trading. The only thing is this is only on 15 minutes. If you took this on the 1 minute, and you can take this down all the way to where we are at right now, we will probably be already in. So this would be actually the entry model. So this would have been your entry right here. Very small stop, of course, but once we are down here, you're actually on 5R plus. So I would have been very great trade. I did not see it in time, so it's my own choice. Helping you all, I'm okay. So still now, even when I did not take this entry, I will not jump in it immediately. I'll be patient until my model shows again, and then take that trade. So why did I take now this trade? I'll go over it one more time. We had a 50-minute. This 15-minute actually closed below. So we had a change in delivery. So it closed below everything. The protected stop was taken out already. It showed us hand that it wanted to fall further. We came back into a 5 minutes. We had a 5-minute for value gap right here. And we actually tapped it with, I believe, a half a point or something like that. I only took an entry right here, so I'm a bit lower with my entry because I was stopping too much. Stops at that high. You can actually, if you want to have full confident, the stop should be, this is full confident high. I put my stop halfway, so this was actually the last point of liquidity taken before the move down. So most of the times we actually immediately start keeping falling. If the market decides to come back up and go back to that high, the market will probably start chopping around for the rest of the day. So anybody that took the orb down and did not make profit, or to the orb up and did not make profit, leave it for the day. That's okay. No more trading. I would really not suggest to do anything else. Except of asking me a question if you have so, then I can respond to it. I'll take a look at the chat for now. I was actually not looking at anything. So I got about 30 more minutes in stream, so my maximum time is actually 5:30, so that's about 2 hours of streaming. This is the maximum time that I actually want to be sitting behind the charts too, so that's 4 hours a day, like I said already. That's more than enough for me. And that should be more than enough for all of you too, to actually listen and just understand the flow of the market, and seeing that we actually can also change our viewpoint, so you can never be stuck to a bias, we go up or we go down. Even if the market first decided us to show it wanted to go up, I would still take a short lower if the market decides to show us it wants to go that way. In time, you will be able to see the movement of the market too, once you learn to understand candle flow and everything else. These will be in one of the next lessons. And then I will let you all take the word for one time and tell me how you see the flow of action one by one, if you are having courage enough to step up and tell me how you see the market, so that I actually can help you. If you did something, see something right, or did see something not right, that I can actually adjust your seeing the market differently, so that you actually can feel that the market, that you have more feeling for the market. Let me say it like that. So for now, all I can do is be patient. This will be at least a long trade. If this falls lower, it will take at least for the next 2 hours. I'm sure of it. So I will be not sitting here behind the screens for 2 hours. I'll just let my TP do its thing and my stop do its thing. That's what they're for. This is what's in a good money management. So we are actually sure that we only give what we're supposed to be giving to the market. And for the rest, we let the trade do its thing. And do something else, of course.
ES actually took out the Asian low already, just for the info.
Did it? My Asian low is here.
ES, S&P 500.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was looking, so this is still this is still a very far jump down.
Yeah.
That's still
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, I actually never watch both of them. Oh yeah, Yes, actually, already.
I watch both of them just to determine the SMT. That's all. Just to basically determine stronger or weaker pair.
Yeah.
It's an extra confluence. You don't really need it, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but ES didn't take out London's high like New York did.
Exactly. Yes, at the so basically it's SMT at the highs and at the lows.
Yeah.
Right. So ES way weaker, but doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a confluence.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. Nasdaq can do different, and then ES can be great to trading and opposite. I only would say trade one pair, get to know how the pair moves, and then only trade one, because if you go from Nasdaq to ES and trade ES, then sometimes and go back to Nasdaq, the gaps will not fill up the same. I'm sure of it. The movement is a bit different. It's the same if you're a crypto trader or used to be a crypto trader and you trade always Bitcoin and then go over to Ethereum. That's a whole other story. These two do not fill up the same way. The gaps do not get filled up the same way. The movement of the market is not in the same way. So it's very different. So as a beginner trader, one pair, one strategy, that's more than enough.
100%.
What would you have?
One-
What would have been an entry on the first trade? The reason behind it. Gratitude. You mean the ILM moved down? Yeah, the one that you did. Okay, so again, the first one, I did take one of them. So the first one I took actually was when the high got swept. That was right here. So this was the first per value gap that was created out of it. I immediately, when it got tapped, took a short, and actually it got immediately taken out. So in the testing of this strategy, it only has like a 40% win rate. The reason why is that it actually can happen 2 or 3 times in a row that it sweeps it high again. And if we do have that 1 minute change in delivery again, you can take it again. So I would have taken this at least 2, maybe even a 3rd time, if it stays within the limits of my risk privacy. So the second time, what did it do? It took out that high again. The market does not always want us to see in 1 minute immediately take that everything out. So what did it do? It take out that high again. What did we see? We had a 1 minute change in structure here. This one actually was full structure change because it took out that last wick up high. So I actually take it immediately after the opening. This was the upper value gap that we got tapped again. Once it gets tapped, you actually do it on the tap itself, shorter the high. The reason why I take it at the first fair value gap created after a huge candle down is actually this is what makes it a profitable strategy, because your R collection is quite enormous. If we just take out, even if we only took it to the orbs low, that was a 3.4 R. So now we tap that 5 minutes fair value gap again. So if the market decides not to move lower and it comes back up, I'm okay with it. That will be my last trade for the day. The confluence now on this trade is actually, once we see a 15-minute inversion then too, we actually have confidence on the 1 minute and the 15 minute that they both show it wants to go a bit lower. The 15 minutes has just a way bigger win rate. The reason why is you need to be sitting and be patient until we have a 15-minute close and then change in state of delivery. So we need to have that 15 minutes show you that it wants to change. And a 15 minute holds a lot more value in the way the market flows. The 1 minute actually will not change the state in delivery in a longer period of time. So if you could take this and hold it through all the way to yes, or to that even London low, so say even just London low, that's an 8R from here. So what would I do? Would take half off, put stops at BE and let the rest run. So that would mean at the beginning So that would be the orb range. I would have taken half off here, so 1.5R, stops at BE, and then let everything run and see how far we can get this. If we can get another 100 points on one half hour still left, so that means that's still a lot, because we only used 23 points as stop. So for a $200 stop, that would mean that you have $50, so 4 contracts in, so we would have taken 2 off. So from this low, another 100 points. That means 107 with 2 contracts, so that's 200, that's 4R, right? Am I correctly? 2? Yeah, that's 2R extra that you get. So you made 1.5, and by letting it run lower, you could make another 2R. This is actually why this strategy is so much fun. The only thing is you have to have a very good mindset to actually repeat them one after another, because if this one did not work, you will have to be able to take another hit at it. And most of the people are not able to do this because they have no faith in the model. So this is why I actually asked all of you to test it. Did that answer your question? Yeah, it's about a 40% win rate with profit factory of hugely. So this was that sweep. This was a 52% win rate. If I would go up, I took 117 days trading of this, and it gave me from a 2k profit to 68,000. So this actually has a 5R profit rate, with an approximately, if you would do this a year, I would say 40%. This will decrease. But this is actually very constantly the same action over and over again. We have huge wins immediately when we actually have a very great day. We do have some smaller profits, but we do have huge days. See, here were 4 trading days, so we had 1 loss, and we actually could have. We took along. I had another one that afternoon, so I tested it on New York session, London session, and that was New York session that swept again, and we could take a short again. So this has a huge amount. So even it does work a London session, it works in New York session, it works on both. So every model I present, I always test it before I would show anything. Otherwise I would give you something that actually does work. So that would be that would be my ass at the end of the thing. That is without adding, yes.
But you know.
Yeah, if you should have taken the 1 minute here, the adding spot can only be happening after we have a fair value gap again. So this was the first. We did not see any fair value gaps here, so none are created. The second fair value gap actually created was here on the 1 minute. I believe this was a fair value gap. Yeah. So this would have been your second entry. Stops would have been then. I would take it. Let me take this one out actually. So let me take everything out. So first trade would have been here. Second trade on this fair value gap would have been a short again. Stops would have been at that high. And actually same target. So that would have been the target here. On the 1 minute, we still have one buffer value gap here that could be fully targeted. So that would be the third entry point then. So that would be once we got that tap, I would take the third entry point. Stops would be here then. Again, same target. That would be actually. Yeah, that would have been already taken, so not much. The only target that you could take then is actually that previous low. but this would have been already, most of your trade would have been done. So if my first TP is hit, I would not re-enter it again. So this would be my first TP, so I would not actually re-enter it. Why would I take this as a first TP? Because this is actually the move up where we actually go back down to. So what do I mean by that? The last move here, this part, is actually your target, your first target that you should take. And this is actually of the 1 minute, because this is the move that took out that previous high that we want to see get tapped again. So this would be your TP1 right here on this candle. And then we should actually be it, so then you cannot add again. So after one adding here, so that would be 2 trades in it, and this would be your first TP, take half off, put stops at entry. This one would still be at stop, because you need to see now a body close below this wick, and then you can put your stop at entry again. So same for me now. If we close below this one, I can actually put my stop right here. On a 5 minute you could see then that that's what the last swing point up high. If we breach this low, that means the market continues the same direction. If the market does not want to continue and take out this low, the market will probably then go up to that 4 hour above us. Like I said, I'm not here to predict the market, I'm just here to follow what I actually have as knowledge and then let the market do its thing. We cannot move it by, if we trade propfirms, we don't even move it by anything. Even if we trade it for real money, we cannot move it by a second. I hope that explained. Yeah, I know. It is an insane amount that you could gain out of it. But I do say you have to have a very good mindset. I did take a video on it today. I believe I already have 2 of them on it. So that 1 minute entry model, I actually have one on it on bootcamp stuff. So maybe I'll share it for everybody. So it will be in course material. So now we took out our low. Now I do want to see that continuation. There's no reason for the market just to start hanging around here. So give it another 10 minutes. I will then close actually the stream. I will see tomorrow what happens. If I got my TP, yes or no. I will take it actually to London's low. I will not take it that far otherwise. So I will take it to London's low. That's a 1.5. That would give me back what I here gave in and actually a bit profit. I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just showing you. If we take out session high, we should go to session low. Previous session. So London, sessions low. Okay, so another 10 minutes. Let me take a look if somebody can ask me something on the other hand of chat. What's my TP? My TP is actually so 23,470. So that would be actually TP1. Why 470? That's actually London's low, or approximately. This is actually London's low. Well, I take it always a little bit before. And if this one does not do anything, we probably go to Asia low, and that would be here. That would be the maximum that I would take it to. I will not take it any further than this. So this would be full TP then. Eight, 3, no, 23, 3, yes, and then 8, 5. But this was actually a trade you could have taken on a 5 minute too, so you had a 5 minute inversion here for value gap, retap, continuation, retap, second entry, continuation. I could see like I took a second entry today. It doesn't have much that I take 2 entries on one day. And then just be patient, still here, be calm. Once you can follow a plan, that's the biggest question that I actually have for everybody. Have you ever put a closet together at home? If you have a home yourself, I believe most of you have done this before. If you have you ever tried to put that together without following the plan? I did this once, and I actually will never do that again. I had to take it all back out of each other. I forgot something that actually needed to be in at the begin stage, and I had to take everything back out of each other. So this is actually how I remember how important it is once you create a plan to stick to it and follow it.
So, John,
Yeah.
you actually received a question from your student that he has a bad habit. He took a 1 hour loss with the orb and he was prepared to walk away. But he took another small trade to try to recover some losses and took a quick trade for 100 profit to reduce his loss for the day.
Alright, so what was the question? Let's see. So
It's
what's the
in
reason
the
for the
comments.
openness?
Ja.
Oh, yeah.
op YouTube ook aan het veranderen van scherm.
Yeah, I know.
Is ik daar?
So I had a bad habit today. I took one not profit, okay, and I was prepared to walk away, but I took another small and tried to recover some losses. The quick trades with $100 profit to reduce my. Can I ask you, Fred, why would you actually want to do this? Because that's actually how you become not profitable in the long run. So it's good that you are honest, so that's very brave of you to actually say this in the chat and for everybody. But the reason why we stick to a plan is this is how it makes you profitable. Even though the market wanted to go lower now, if it's not your model, you should not enter it until you get profitable in week after week. So not sure, were you here in this morning session? Not sure if you trade the morning session too. I can give you a pointer how to actually not make you do this again. So I'm not sure how fast you actually entered. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so this is actually what I took. Yeah, so I understand why you did it. The only thing that I can do is now let you write it down, and the way you can actually reduce yourself from doing this or stop yourself from doing this is immediately when you take an up profit and the orb, if you're an orb trader and it took the opposite direction, leave your desk immediately. So your brain doesn't have a chance to do something again. The other thing that I can give you a tool that will reduce that too, but that will take some time. I got a meditation program that actually makes you aware in the now. So it lets you be present right here and right now. So it actually you will actually see yourself do it over and over again, and at a certain point you will be so not proud of yourself that you will stop doing it. Because if something does not serve you, you cannot do it by awareness. So if you are aware in the moment, so you said your brain got hijacked, so you actually were not present in the moment. That means that actually you were your mental state was somewhere else, and you actually were doing something out of awareness. And if you are completely aware of what you're doing and you see yourself do it, you cannot hurt yourself willingly. So that's the same with a smoker, somebody that smokes, and does it by awareness and seeing himself put the cigarette on, seeing himself put it in his mouth, taste the smoke in his mouth. You cannot do this with awareness. I've tried it, and this is how I actually quit smoking. You cannot do this. You cannot hurt your body or do stuff that does not benefit yourself. Actually, nobody can. If you have done this, the only thing that I can actually say to you, you can lock yourself out immediately for the first 15-20 minutes. Or take a walk. Close the computer directly. Take a walk. The charge will still be here 20-25 minutes later. Everything is recorded, so you can rewatch it anyways. The only thing I can say, don't do it again, my friend. So this is actually the habits that I want to unlearn yourself. So I'm not sure if you ever done this before. Because now, what did you do to your brain? You took the orb the other side, okay? But you did actually not let it go to your TP. So you did two things not correctly then on this one. First of all, if your risk premises says you can take 2 hour loss, that's okay. So then you can actually take another orb if that is in your way of trading. So that should be in your trading journal or in your trading plan. Second one is then, if you did take the orb, why did you not let it go to your TP? Not to recover a small part does two things. One, tell your brain it's okay to do an extra trade and to get something back, because what is a challenge from $50? That's actually nothing. So we actually trading with 2k, that's not even ours. If you do this with real funds, you feel something different. You will never do this. So this is also, keep in mind, you're not playing with real money. You're playing with actually accumulation money. So that's actually play money. So it doesn't exist even. It doesn't even go in the markets. I've tried the same thing. You cannot do this with real money. So if you have this habit too many times and you do this with real money, you will feel something very different. You won't do this. You can't do it. It will actually feel like you're just throwing money in a fire or something like that. Ever tried that? I don't believe you can do this actually. Try to take $100 and just throw it in fire. Probably your brain will stop you. So you didn't recover $100. You actually made two things not great for yourself. I'm very proud of yourself that you actually shared this, because a lot of traders have this, and they actually need to reduce themselves doing this. So the only thing that I can say, if you keep doing this, go take a walk immediately after a not profitable trade. So get off the screen, so you don't are able or not able to touch anything, or lock yourself out immediately for that day, so you cannot touch your screen again. And if you do take another trade, at least let the trade go to TP or SL again, so that you actually are feeling that you still had a normal trade. Because if you take profit at a very small range, you create for your brain a habit that it felt a dopamine that you took a trade, you took some profit back, and that felt great. But that's not the dopamine that you want. You want the dopamine or hitting your TP, or get the dopamine also when it hits your stop. The stop is there for a reason. If that stop gets hit, well, if mine gets hit, I'm okay with it. I don't mind. So it's just a trade. The next one will go great again, and then we will have more profit again. In my journal this month, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 10 trades not correctly at this month. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, I only have like 5 profitable trades this month. And I'm on minus 0.9. Look, I got a 29% accuracy at this trading. And I had 2 trades that I actually made online with all of you with 7 or 8R. So I am not even on a profitable trade this month. But if this one goes correctly, I'm in profit again. So don't look at it as a short term, look at it in a longer period of time. So it's not because you're not profitable today that the end of the month will not be green. It will definitely be green. Just be patient. If you took every orb with me on all sessions, you should have been taking at least yesterday's on the upside. Yeah, we got stopped for that one. The day before we made a 2R to the downside at least. and the London session we also made 4, I believe, or 3.5 hours. So we actually, if you took all the orbs with me live on stream, you actually should have made at least 5 to 7 hours this month alone. I did not trade them. I do this often. Okay, yeah, so that's actually, my buy was long all along since 8 EST. I kept moving my stop up. I kept okay, ended up getting greedy, chasing and blue, and have to stick to 2 trades a day and close the computer. Whew. Okay. Yeah, if your bias was long today, that was actually correct. The morning session was long. It was actually yesterday long, from yesterday. Actually, we've been long for three days now, or 2 days. So from yesterday and this day, actually, what both the days were long. So that was correct. Where did you take trades? CryptoBill, give me your journal, please. I want to see this. What happened?
So, John, if you don't mind, can I ask a question to
Yeah.
Fred?
Of course you can.
I would love to ask him just a question. Let me just see if he is still here. So, Fred, are you here?
Yeah, he's still here. I can still see him in the public. So it's important that we ask questions, so we actually move them forward. Go ahead, Euros.
Well, basically, I wanted to ask him, well, Fred, do you have a car?
I'm not sure he's still after his computer, but he's still in the stream anyways.
Yeah.
So if I say if I say yes, I have a car.
Yes.
Like I'll answer.
So let's assume. All right. And I assume as a driver with, let's say, few years of experience, you experienced a flat tire. Whenever it happened once in your lifetime, probably. Well, it did, at least in my life. So in that point of time, you didn't take a knife and go to slash other 3 tires, right? But you changed only that one. So why you do that in trading? There is no reason to go to execute by your impulses. If you, like in the car, if you have a flat tire, you don't go out and slash the other 3 tires, right? You have 1 damaged tire, so you took 1 loss. It's fine. Close the computer, be done. All right?
Yeah, okay. So I understand where you're going to. So indeed, so it's not because of you. Yeah. So it's because you didn't. It's the same. So you just were not aware at that moment. So even if you go out the car and indeed see a flat or a tire that's not full of air anymore, you will have to replace it. And indeed, you will not have. Sometimes you will feel pissed, you will feel not happy at that point, but you will definitely not destroy the other ones. Otherwise, you'll be sure that you wouldn't move your car for the rest of the day. You had to have to buy at least a tow truck, so that would cost you more. So same for you. If you do this, it will cost you more than actually in the long run. This will cost you more. So the thing that I can only say is don't do it, because this will actually ask more money from you than you can imagine. And in that mental state, and just that few minutes that you're in it, or maybe a half hour that you're in it, you can give away so many accounts without even realizing it, until somebody snaps you out of it and then actually lets you be normal again. This is how prop firms actually make money. They know how human behavior works. So this is why psychology books are actually very good for traders. So they actually learn what their brain is doing out of awareness. So this is why I actually let you only trade one strategy. I want to implement a good habit before I let you do something else. Because if you don't have a good foundation at the bottom legs, it's the same like a building. If you put just dirt on it and put rocks on it and let build something, some left, some right, and make some gaps, the building will probably not stay up very long. So it will probably collapse. So I want to have a good foundation so that we can build up that later. The profit making is not today. The profit making will be in a bit of time. And will take some time too. And the only thing I can say to you is don't do it again, my friends. It will only cost you a lot of funds that you actually don't want to give to the markets. So now, because we have moved already, quite some movement, I will reduce my risk to this stop. I don't want to see the market come back up here. So my stop is moved to that's 23,592. 592. Oh. I don't want to see the market come back up there. If it does, we probably go up higher. The reason why is we are now inside this fair value gap for a while. This 4 hour is now completely filled up, so this gap is actually done. So the market, this holds value, and in the next 2 hours we go to that 4 hour fair value gap right here, or the market decides to go lower. What the market does right now is something I cannot predict before it does it. TP stays the same. I will not move anything. If I do find an extra entry, I would like to take an extra, but there were actually, in this 5 minutes, look, you can see all of them are completely filled up. So no fair value gaps inside, no nothing. So, and I'm still patient. Even if you took the orb to the downside, that would have been actually a very beautiful trade, my friends. So look at this. I'll go over again, Fred. This is actually something. If you do take it then one more time to the opposite side, at least let your trade play out, so that you actually give yourself the mental feeling that you actually took a trade and not just something to take something back for the market, because this will in the long run will definitely not serve you. So this was actually orb range. So this was the orb range. We take the 5 minutes. This was the breakout here, right here. If you took the short, then that should have been your stop, that high. At least target 1 hour. So 1 hour should be something almost right here, so a bit lower. So this would be 1 hour. So at least target a decent amount, so that you actually feel that you took a trade. Just by targeting like $100 inside, okay, we took a half hour back, great, we're out. Trading doesn't work like this. You should always have at least a 2 hour or something like a 2 hour as profit. And if you don't, if you can't get to 2 hour, immediately stops to break even. But I prefer 2 hour at minimum that you will get, so that you actually can stay in the game long enough. Same for me. So this was about 1.5. Not the best risk to reward, but still doable. Now my risk is actually almost nothing. It's like, at this point, less than a half hour, so. But still in the 15 minutes, everything still looks good. We're just being patient. Like I said, this trade can take 2.5 hours. I'm not sitting behind the screens for 2.5 hours just blabbering, so I'm already 10 minutes over my time. But I did ask the question, so if anybody has some more, I'll be happy to help. Same for you, Crypto Bill. My bias was all long since 8 EM Eastern time. I kept moving my stop up, and I kept giving 0.5 R to 1 R. Ended up getting greedy, chasing, and blew up, and gave the account back to the market. I have to stick to 2 trades and close the computer. So this is actually a good thing. I hope you actually can keep to that promise for yourself too. If you cannot, go to your account settings of TopStep or anything that you are inside and go immediately to the maximum that you can give to the market, and then set in settings, I believe that is, you go to risk settings, you go to global risk settings, and you put a max not profit at 2R immediately. And then you also have to say that it has to do something, a max personal daily loss limit. So that should be it. That's PDLL spelled. And then you should put, like, if you have $100 R collection, that means $200 maximum. And then you have to do an action, and you have to say it has to liquidate me and block myself for the rest of the day. This way it will help you to build up confidence until you get there. It's okay that the first that you need to build that, if you need something to help you, at the end of the days you will have to do it by yourself. Because if you are on a propfirm, you can do this. You cannot do this once you actually have trading real money. They don't have those settings. They just let you trade. You can even keep your trades open overnight, so you can choose then. But until you are fully profitable all the time, I would suggest to do this. It's just a little help to make you snap out of the moment that you would have chased the market. Because actually, where did you chase the market, Crypto Bill? If you're actually able to share a trade that you took. Because this is actually why psychology was my first lesson. It's the most important one. Mindset is the most important thing in crypto, in trading, of any trading that we take. Are you still here? If you are, and you can give me a trade, please share, so I can help. If not, you can also send it to me private, that's also okay. I'll take a look how it works and what we can do for it. So I'm still in this movement. Once we actually have another closure a bit lower below this, I'll probably put my stop to entry then. Reason why is we had some movement back up. Once we actually close now below this wick, even though there is no fair value gap, this looks like a small retracement. So liquidity taken out. If we close below that, I'll put my stop to entry, so I actually can leave the trading. Where's my entry here? I moved it. Yeah, that was it. So actually my entry should have been, this was the fair value gap, so actually my entry should have been right here. So actually this should have been already my stop, so that should be actually nothing anymore. I just went in a little bit later. So this was that 5 minutes retest. Okay, if you don't send it to me, it's okay. I will see your trading journal soon anyways. Hope that you logged all of those trades that you took today. If it happened, it's okay. I can only help you to reduce you, let you do that again, so that you actually have faith in what you do and keep doing over and over again. So if no more questions are up for today, I will close the stream by this. We will see what happens tomorrow, or when I get back online. I'm gonna take my head off the screen for a few days. Anytime, Fred. That's what I'm here for. I should be not a good mentor if I didn't show you how actually you could improve yourself. That would be silly. But I'm here to also give you a spanking if you're not doing the things you should be doing. So on a professional level anyways, it will be more vocabulary than physically, of course. Okay, So I'll end the stream by this. Have a nice day. Enjoy. Euros, thank you for being here. Enjoy your day too.
Thank you for having me. You too.
Take care, everybody. See you back tomorrow.